If you're stuck staring at your screen, wondering how to turn a pile of data into a coherent, compelling story, today's episode is your golden ticket. Hello, Enviro friends! In this lesson, we are diving into one of the crucial parts of your manuscript or thesis, the results and discussion section. Whether you're crafting a research manuscript for publication or polishing your thesis or dissertation, the results and discussion sections are where your work finally speaks. You've done the experiment, run the numbers, and maybe debugged until 3 a.m. Now it's time to communicate your findings clearly, logically, and powerfully. In some manuscripts, the results and discussion sections are combined into one section, while in others they are presented separately. The choice between these two approaches often depends on personal preference or the convention of the specific field of study. When these sections are presented separately, the results section should appear first, followed by the discussion section. I will provide some examples later in this lesson. Let's start with the results section. This is where you show, not tell. Think of it like laying out your cards on the table, but no over-explaining. Let the data do the talking. This section should be clean, objective, and methodical. Present your key findings logically, chronologically, thematically, or by hypothesis. Structure your results around your hypothesis or research questions. Use visuals like tables, charts, and figures to enhance, not repeat, your text. Visuals are your allies. Be objective, no interpretation yet. Don't bury key findings in a wall of text. Use figures strategically and refer to them clearly. Like, the crop yield of scenario SS was greater than in the reference with NPK fertilizer and greater than in scenario SB. Keep it crisp. Let me show you an example. For application of untreated versus pyrolyzed sewage sludge application in agriculture. And as you can see here, the authors separated the results from the discussion section. And really, they just focused on the facts. For instance, that sentence I just took out for the slides. So truly, they just laying out the facts with some nice graphs and tables, few subheadings as well. Imagine you're building a house. The results are your bricks, just solid facts. No paint, no furniture yet. That comes next. The discussion section is where the magic happens. You connect the dots. You interpret, analyze, and reflect. This is where your voice comes in. The discussion is where your scientific thinking shines. You're not just reporting, you're reasoning. You will answer questions like, why do these results matter? What do these results mean in the context of your field? How do they compare to existing literature? Do they support or contradict existing theories? What are the implications, limitations, and next steps? What are the practical applications or the open questions that remain? A strong discussion has interpretation with evidence. What do your findings mean? Integration. Compare to prior studies. How do they fit into the existing body of research? Implications. What should we do with this info as a reader? Suggest potential research opportunities for the future. And don't forget to acknowledge the imperfections and uncertainties. Every study has them. If a finding is unexpected, explain why it might have happened. Mention your limitations, but don't apologize for them. Instead, show how they pave the way for future research. That's not weakness, it's thoroughness. Let me show you an example. Then after the results section comes the discussion section, where they're explaining why they choose between scenario SS and scenario SB. So this part is more the speculation, more the analysis part, the meaning behind the analysis, rather than just laying out the facts. That's the biggest difference between the results and the discussion section. And here in the discussion section, you also need to refer back what previous studies already proved as well, and if it aligns with your findings. For instance, extra tip for undergrad and graduate students. If you are an undergrad, your goal is to show your grasp of the scientific method. You may not have groundbreaking results, and that's totally fine. Focus on how well you understand what the data says. For grad students, go deeper. Situate your work in the broader landscape of your discipline. Ask, how does my research push the needle forward, even a little? Here are a few power moves to make your results and discussions stand out. Use transition phrases to guide the reader through your logic. Avoid repeating numbers from your tables verbatim. Summarize the patterns instead. Be balanced. Don't overhype your findings, but don't undersell them either. Avoid jargon overload. Clarity is much more better over complexity. Don't copy and paste results into your discussion. Analyze, synthesize, and connect them. Use subheadings if you're covering multiple experiments or questions. And always link back to your research questions or objectives. And one final tip. Don't write them in isolation. Your results and discussion should echo your research questions and align with your conclusions. It's all one story. Writing these sections can feel overwhelming, but remember, you are the expert here. You did the work. Now, you're just telling us what you discovered and why it matters. The results and discussion sections are where your research becomes real science. Don't rush them. Refine them. I hope you find today's class content beneficial and the lesson insightful. Please feel free to post your questions and concerns in the comments. I hope to have you in the next lesson, where we're going to explore how to make your results in Microsoft Excel and Word shine with a professional touch. See you all in our 10th lesson of Academic Writing and Publishing 101.